You are watching the Friday edition of Platinum Northwest TV News. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Philadelphia Mangoeng. Let's take a look now at the news making headlines. First up, last night in his address, President Ramaphosa said they will review the funding model for municipalities, and the Klerksdorp-Tshepong Hospital complex have announced renovation plans. In the business news, Ramaphosa pledged to fund businesses and unveil 20 billion rand fund. And in the sports news, motorsport Brad Binder behind pace on the KTM. We begin here in his State of the Nation address yesterday in Cape Town. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa emphasized the meaningful partnerships between government and businesses, labor, civil society and other social partners to drive growth and development. President Ramaphosa said together they have built durable institutions that support democracy, protect their fundamental rights and promote the well-being of South Africans. Ramaphosa also said that many of the challenges in municipalities arise from the design of the local government system. He spoke on a plan to extend support to municipalities going further. Let's take a look.
In many cities and towns across our country, roads are not maintained. Water and electricity supply is often disrupted. Refuse is not collected and sewage runs in the streets. In part, this has happened because many municipalities lack the technical skills and resources required to meet our people's needs. Many municipalities have not reinvested the revenue they earn or collect from these services into the upkeep of infrastructure. Starting this year, we will work with our municipalities to establish professionally managed ring-fenced utilities for water and electricity services to ensure that there is adequate investment and maintenance. Many of the challenges in municipalities also arise from the design of our local government system. We will therefore undertake extensive consultation to develop an updated white paper on local government to outline a modern and fit-for-purpose local government system.
Now, the president further responded to U.S. President Trump's broadside, saying that South Africa won't be bullied.
Of both interdependence and competition, of cooperation and conflict. It is a multipolar world in which new countries are emerging to play a greater role in global affairs. We are seeing intensifying competition over issues such as trade, technology, and influence in global institutions. There are global fundamental shifts underway that affect every aspect of human life. From the growing impact of climate change to rapid advances in artificial intelligence, geopolitical tensions, and violent conflicts. In the face of these challenges, we are witnessing the rise of nationalism, protectionism, the pursuit of narrow interests, and the decline of common cause. This is the world that we, as South Africa, a developing economy, must now navigate. But we are not daunted to navigate our path through this world that constantly changes. We will not be deterred. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied. We will stand together as a united nation, and we will speak with one voice in defense of our national interests, our sovereignty, and our constitutional democracy. By standing true to our values, by harnessing our unique strengths and endowments, and by forging a common purpose, we can turn these trying circumstances to our advantage and propel our country.
In other news, the management of the Klerksdorp-Tshepong Hospital complex made the announcement to the community, patients and stakeholders about the temporary relocation of Tshepong Casualty Unit to Ward 4B. As of the 10th of February, the unit will be under renovations until further notice. The hospital, though, has assured patients will continue to receive healthcare services as usual, but in a different space or environment. Moving on to international news now, the Taliban suspended the operation of Afghanistan's only nationwide women radio station after raiding its premises on Tuesday, deepening the exclusion of women from public life and society since the group took power back in 2021. Kabul-based radio station became a station run by women with content aimed at women's education, said that officers from the Taliban Information and Culture Ministry restrained the station's staff as it searched its premises in the nation's capital. Reporters Without Borders, an independent rights group, condemned the suspension and demanded its immediate reversal. And with that, let's take a look now at the business news. In the business news, President Cyril Ramaphosa delivered a speech reaffirming the government's commitment to driving structural reforms for inclusive growth and job creation in South Africa. He announced a 20 billion rand transformation fund to support black-owned and small businesses over the next 5 years. Ramaphosa commended the Energy Action Plan for reducing load shedding, citing over 300 days without power cuts since March 2024. He acknowledged the return of load shedding for 2 days last week, but expressed optimism about the country's energy progression. Ramaphosa emphasized the government's effort to strengthen state entities, ensuring they must deliver on their mandates. And that's all from the business news. Your sports update follows next. In motorsport news now, South African MotoGP rider Brad Binder experienced a slower pace compared to his teammate on Thursday at the Klerksdorp-Tshepong Raceway during the second day of testing in Malaysia. Binder ended the day with the best lap time, placing him 11th overall for the day. Furthermore, on the Red Bull's RC16, which featured a newly installed spoiler, Binder's teammate Pedro Acosta achieved the 7th fastest time of the day. Today is the final day of the riders' shakedown testing to familiarize themselves with the 2025 bike prior to traveling to Chang International Circuit in Thailand later this month. And on to the Betway Premiership Fixtures for the weekend. Mamelodi Sundowns will face off Orlando Pirates at the Loftus Versfeld, while Magezi FC will welcome Cape Town City. Now, Royal AM are still dealt a blow as the upcoming match between Golden Arrows is postponed. And that's where we're going to have to leave it for the weekend. Thank you so much for watching. The team will be back again on Monday evening. Till then, good night and take care.